This video will explain problem number 1 in the metric conversion task cards. 47 and 5/10 millimeters equals blank meters. In order to figure out this problem, we have to remind ourselves of the metric system and the way it's structured. The metric system is modeled after our base 10 number system, which makes converting in the metric system very easy because we already understand the relationship between the digits in whole numbers and decimals. We know that if we, in the ones place, we know that the place value immediately to the left is 10 times larger than the ones. Just like in the metric system, the base unit is here in the ones. We know that the place value to the left, or the unit to the left, which is called deca, in this case decameter, decaliter, and decagram, is 10 times larger than a meter. The other is true in going the other direction. We know that this place value, which is tenths in our number system, is 10 times smaller than the ones. Just like in the metric system, a decimeter is 10 times smaller than a meter, a decigram is 10 times smaller than a gram, and a deciliter is 10 times smaller than a liter. Just like in our system, if we go 2 place values away from the ones, we are looking at 100 times smaller, or 100 times bigger. If we go 3 place values away, it's 1,000 times smaller or 1,000 times bigger. This is going to prove helpful when we're converting in the metric system, specifically when going from millimeters to meters. First of all, our base unit is meters. Now, we talked about in class how your base unit can be meters, liters, or grams depending upon what you're measuring. In this case, we are measuring linear length, so we are looking at meters. So we're at kilometers, hectometers, decameters, meters, decimeters, centimeters, and millimeters. To go from 47 and 5/10 millimeters equals how many meters? Well, first of all, our problem starts us here at millimeters. We're going to start at millimeters, and we're going to make our way to meters, meters being the base unit. Since the metric system is modeled after our place value system, remember, we're going to remind ourselves that if this were a number and we had digits instead of these units of measurement in a place value chart, with this being our ones, we know that this place value is larger than this place value. So in this case, when we're going from millimeters to meters, we're going from a small unit of measurement to a big. When we're going from small to big, we want to go from millimeters to meters. We learned in class that small to big means divide the pig. The question is, divide by what? Well, since we know that each place value represents a power of 10, and we made 3 movements to get from millimeters to meters, we're going to divide by 10 to the third, or otherwise known as dividing by 1,000. So in order to get 47 and 5/10 millimeters converted over to meters, we would have to divide by 1,000, or 10 to the third power. So I'm going to do that. 47.5 divided by 10 to the third. We need each digit in the place values to get 1,000 times smaller than they already are. When each digit moves 1,000 times smaller than they currently are, that ends up moving our decimal 3 place values to the left. I moved it once, moved it twice, and in order to move it a third time, I have to annex a 0 to place that decimal because I ran out of digits to go around. So the answer to 47.5, or 47 and 5/10 divided by 10 to the third, is 0.0475, or 475 10,000ths. So 47 and 5/10 millimeters is equal to 475 10,000ths meters. That's because I took my original decimal and I moved, my original number, I moved the decimal 3 place values to the left, which is the same as dividing by 10 to the third power, and when I did, I ended up with 475 10,000ths.